Go hard, we don't take no shit. TMB, we'll take your bitch. You know where? You know we about our money. You know we don't turn down nothing. You know where?
But yeah, let's jump over, keep it moving, and jump over into this one right here that touches home again. We at this third spot. Marcus Freeman, Notre Dame. I learned a lot about this guy, breaking this guy down. A bunch of stuff I didn't know. He's 36 years old, first year as head coach. He was a linebacker for Ohio State, 2004 to 2008. He was in the NFL draft in 2009. He's an NFL guy.
All-American linebacker.
Yeah, All-American linebacker. He's a stud. He was a stud as a player all the way. And then his coaching experience, 2010, various positions, general assistant, player coach at linebacker, defensive coordinator, and head coach for Ohio State, Kent State, Purdue, Cincinnati, and now Notre Dame. He was the defensive coordinator of the year by 24/7 Sports in 2020. He got a $5 million a year contract, which is decent. I also learned that the guy was highly touted recruit for the NFL too. They want him over in NFL bad. So I guess Notre Dame just said, we're going to take the easier of the bunch instead of going to look for a coach. If everybody's coming for this guy because he could be an NFL guy and he's already right here, we just go moving on up, which is decent because Kelly left him with some decent players other than the quarterback position. He left him with some decent players and some depth and all that good stuff that he could work with. But I'm not going to even go too deep into them because I'm speeding up now. But basically, from watching the spring game, the quarterback position is shot. Like, you know, this is his defense from last year. So he's going to definitely advance on a defense that was only allowing 19 points a game. So they may even do better on defense because the way he coaches defense over there, it's ridiculous. He makes stars out of some kids that ain't all the way stars. He don't got no big 400-pounder or none of that. He got some great athletes out there playing sideline to sideline. So I think the defense is going to do well, but the offense, if they leave him on the field too long, it could be a disaster. So they're going to have to establish the run game. They got some depth at the running back. At offensive line, they didn't lose much, but offensive line was shady last year at times, and couldn't protect the quarterback. So he's going to have to focus on the offensive line to get the running game going. But I don't think we'll be throwing the ball up and down the field because I don't think we'll have a passer at quarterback. We'll have probably somebody that kind of just runs the script. And on defense, it'll be the same defense back at it again. So only thing I can say about Notre Dame is under going into the season.
Definitely. Who's the quarterback? Which one is it? Is it the little short kid that got in some playing time? Like
they got Tyler Buckner. Yeah, Tyler Buckner. He was a little firecracker.
I kind of like him, man.
I did like him. And he, I think it's one of these two, Tyler Buckner or Drew Payne. One of them has some deeply rooted Notre Dame history in their family.
I like the little freshman kid that came in that can kind of run around a little bit. That was like a little firecracker. I like that kid. I watched.
Man, I think that Marcus Freeman needs a true passer
right now with him.
No, we're not gonna do that.
But I do like the fact if you in a couple of years, if you groom them now with that defense, it's not like the schedule is going to be super tough. You probably can fight with them and get them ready. But to focus on Freeman, man, I take up a lot of time. I think it's the best hire Notre Dame, but especially based off that. I'm not gonna say the best hire Notre Dame could have gotten, but I think if you want to at least keep what Kelly had, which is probably the best Notre Dame has had in recent history, those kids believe in this coach Freeman right now. Like they're all in, fucking run through a brick wall for this coach, and that's like the first thing you got to get these guys to buy in to the system. On top of the fact that I think he's a good coach and he's going to relate, and I think right now recruiting for Notre Dame is going to be at his all-time high with this guy in right now. All he has to do was have some success for the next 2 to 3 years, and I think right now they'll be able to get other talent that at least the talent that could get in their school that would have went somewhere else he'll keep those guys there. And in particular, what I mean is not to hurt anybody's feelings in here. When that black head coach goes into a black kid's parents' living room and tell them that, hey, I got y'all little boy out here in this Catholic school surrounded by all these white people, et cetera, and what's going on in today's time, the shit that Chip Kelly couldn't say, you know what I'm saying? And look into those kids' eyes and believe them, he can do that. So some of those kids, or at least the ones that are able to get in Notre Dame, he'll be able to get them that Chip Kelly couldn't get. All he has to do is prove it a little bit this year. And if he does that, which, like you said, defensively, they're going to be good. So I think he can succeed. I think he can even take it a little bit farther than Kelly if he gets the offense going, because we know how good the defense will be.
Yeah, plus he got all those accolades to show the kids, the big diamond rings and all that good stuff, too. They eat that stuff up, too.